as far as adding, and that the dates are very important here. So
the dates.
Brian Laundrie's mother, Roberta Laundrie, checking in, and we don't know if she was. We can't, say whether or not she was alone. We do have the mother, just the actual evidence that she checked in on September 6th through the 8th at Fort DeSoto Campground in Pinellas County. Very curious to see if this is now we don't know if this is information that the FBI has had for some time, Masa and Justin. Yeah. We don't know
if this is something that they vest. I mean, we know what to do with the FBI here. I mean, they're going to keep lots of their vests. I just want to jump in one point when Masa was talking about the timeline.
Yeah.
The reason they time-stamped when Brian Laundrie returned to Northport is that the license plate reader picked up the white camper van registered to Gabby Petito around 10:30 in the morning on September 1st. If you saw the aerials from our friend Paul Lamison, there is a similar checkpoint license plate scanner that you think any investigative agency will be able to go back, guys, be able to see if indeed that red truck belonging to the Laundrie parents did go through that checkpoint to get there. So that would seem to be.
This is why I'm aggravated.
This family was
parents.
There.
The parents are making me more mad than anything.
Might have been there. So I imagine those license plate readers.
Hey, Cement Shoes. Gemma, love you. Hi, life is a gem. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for being here.
That Dog the Bounty Hunter is reporting.
Dog is right, man. Dog is right.
Record. It costs about $34 a night to rent out one of these campsites.
34.
So if they stayed there and used their actual real names, then there would be a record of it. Now, Dog the Bounty Hunter has had multiple interviews with different outlets, and he's kind of jumped around a little bit on this about whether there's any.
I've been listening to WFLA, and everyone was going to go live, but I'm still listening because they came up with breaking news, and I'm like, I gotta listen.
We did see there is Paul said that there is a toll booth there. That's very, very important. I have to just file a correction here for our audience here. I was reading that from Josh. I thought that was written by Josh. That is another media outlet there confirming. So I just want to make that very, very clear that WFLA News Channel 8 hasn't independently confirmed that the Laundries were at the Fort DeSoto Campground in Pinellas from 6th to the 8th. That is another media outlet here. But
dates, guys, the dates. Just put the dates together. It all makes sense. It all makes sense now.
Confirm this information here as well. But that, again, that is not confirmed by WFLA News Channel 8. So I misspoke there based on the email that had just come in from Josh. So my apologies there to our audience here. My apologies to the audience here. Want to be very, very transparent here with how we go about
I agree, Cement Shoes. It is a very depressing case.
I thought it was written by Josh himself on a keyboard. It was not.
This was not.
Very interesting. And this was one of the questions that came up was kind of what happened. The family didn't.
Hey, Red Rum. Hey, Nene. How are you?
We know from having pieced together their journey out west, we've talked about what happened in Moab, Utah. I believe it was on August 12th. We know August 19th, Gabby and Brian posted that long video on the YouTube page. Appearing to be happy everything was okay.
The most important thing.
We know the 27th. We heard the report. There's a young woman on Instagram talking about the fight she observed at the restaurant in, I believe, in Wyoming. And then, of course, that key piece of evidence, the video placed in the van there. And we know the FBI
very
is still
close to where her body was discovered.
And the FBI is still focusing on the 27th to the 30th.
Asking for people.
And then from the
come forward. That was out of Wyoming.
And then from the arrest warrant.
Teton National Park.
Yes. And from the arrest warrant, they know its activities, the credit card bank fraud from after her homicide. And so now the question is,
how did her lawyer know that was after her homicide? How did her lawyer know that?
To September 11th.
The Roberta Laundrie.
Just handed them the attorney's card. Mr. Bertolino, this is our attorney. Where was Brian in those 11 days? Where is he now? And that has to be the focus of trying to figure this out. And imagine the FBI, if Dog the Bounty Hunter has contacted them, will try to verify these reports that the family went to this campground, you're like around your screen there during that 1st to the 11th.
Guys, if I could hop in here, I just want to get to some of the, Mossy, you have a quick note. I want to get to some of the comments here.
11 last night, Dog.
I'm going to put this on pause or turn it down for at least a little second here. But yeah, the Petitos just did their press conference. I mean, truly a class act they are. Oh my God. Totally had tears in my eyes and everything. I don't know this girl, but I want this guy caught. I want him brought to justice. I really do. I hope he knows. Now, here's the thing. There was an Instagram post of water, of him like kind of being in water, and everyone had debunked it, that it wasn't him and that somebody broke into his account, this, that, the other thing. You think maybe he might have a couple of burner phones that he has and, you know, is playing around with the internet. He seems narcissistic enough to do that. Definitely seems narcissistic enough. Thank you, Nini, for putting that up for me, please. Thank you. But what it seems correct that Dog the Bounty Hunter is correct, that I do believe, if you think of everything that's been going on. Okay, they found his car in the reserve, right? They declared him missing, let's say. Okay, this is what I know. I'm not JB, but this is what I know. Let's go back, okay? Looking at my calendar just to get everything correct here. So the 27th. The 27th was a Friday of August. They had that fight at the restaurant where there were people coming in, and they saw it and they recognized them because he kept coming back to fight because he was so annoyed. No one really knows why, how, or what. But Gabby was crying, went in and apologized. Hello, huge red flags for his behavior. The 27th is also the day that, I'm so sorry, guys, but the people who found her car, I know their names begin with the B. I'm so sorry that I can't remember it off the top of my head. If anyone can remember their name, please put it in the chat because I can't. But they had spotted that van at that time on the 27th around 6 something, 7 something, or whatever. I don't know what time they were at the restaurant, but that was also on the 27th. And at that, if you stop that picture, you can see flip-flops and sandals and things like that. And so it's just, things are just really suspicious, super suspicious. But in my gut, I knew he wasn't in that reserve down there. Here's my gut feeling. This is my opinion. In my opinion, this is what I believe. I believe the parents took him, got him away, knew what happened. That's why they got that trailer ready. That's why they did what they did. They didn't say a word. They didn't talk to anybody. They got an attorney. They took him to an island. They let him go. They know he's there. I'm sure they packed stuff here, there, and everywhere so he won't starve to death. Shame. And this is why his parents aren't talking, because they have no good news. They know the news. That's why they didn't say anything to the Petitos. They had no good news. They knew. And then they were worried about their son. No, that was the act. This is the act we've got to play to make it look like our son is missing, not us helping him run, which Roberta and Christopher Laundrie did. Absolutely. Roberta and Christopher Laundrie did this. Absolutely. They are horrible. And I'm glad they're getting heckled outside now. I feel bad for their neighbors. Absolutely. I keep saying absolutely. Stop saying absolutely. But once again, when they saw them working on that camper was September 1st and September 2nd. And then they went for a 3-day trip. And then there was apparently another 3-day trip right after that. And that was during the 7th. I think they said through the 9th. Or was it? Yeah, I think it was the 7th through the 9th. Or no, the 6th through the 8th. And I'm right. And the 7th is when Roberta, I think, claimed he was, nope. I take that back. Gabby was missing the 11th of September. That's when they said that she was missing. He went missing the 14th. No, he didn't. He went missing the week before. He's back in that island. I believe he is in those islands in this park. There's a lot of water. There is a lot of land. It's a very wooded area from what I'm hearing from other people. I'm sorry, but I don't support harassment of anyone. I understand that. But fact of the matter is, I think people want justice here. With a megaphone, I mean, they're outside yelling stuff that they know that they're a part of it. And I get that. from someone, who has kids, if something happened to my kid, I don't think I could handle it with the class that this family handled. I don't think I could. I really don't. He's not in the reserve with Life with Gem. Life is a Gem. Sorry. I don't believe he's in the reserve. But I do believe he is definitely either in that park or took off somewhere from that park. I don't know. There was those Instagram posts and everyone said debunked. It wasn't him. It wasn't him. But what if it was? What if it was him and it was from a burner phone and it wasn't from his phone? Kind of like teasing the fact that, okay, it looks like I could be broken into. I don't know. I don't know what this guy's doing. But I do believe the parents placed the car in the reserve. I do believe the parents set this all up to make it look like he ran to go kill himself. And that is not what happened. I do believe, in my opinion, I do believe the parents are involved. I do believe they planted the car there. I do believe they made a phony phone call saying their son was missing, where they know exactly where they were, when they probably took them to a specific place. I'm not big, or I like watching true crime. I'm not big on doing it myself, but I've been so attached to this story, and I think everybody has been. I'm not the only one. I mean, anywhere you go to, any place, people you talk to, everybody knows the story. Everybody knows the story. As soon as I told them what happened. Right. But the fact is, my mom would turn me in. My mom would turn me in, absolutely. If I did something like that, I hope she would. I hope my parents are good enough, and my child did. I'd take them by the ear if they found out something like that. Oh, hell yeah. No, you don't hide them. Don't hide them from something like that, and do what they did to those poor parents. And if it wasn't for these YouTubers, they would still be out there looking for her. And I understand what you said. You don't support harassment at any kind, but these people know what's going on. They're not talking. It is part of, their rights. But is it morally right? No, because we know they know. We all know they know. And it's disgusting. It's repulsive to see her walk out and then act like nothing's wrong. And then someone who was going to be their daughter-in-law is missing, and they have nothing to say. None of this, like, when you first heard about this, none of this made sense to me. Like, none of this made sense. And then I'm like, she's not giving him up. She's not telling him he's in the reserve. He's not in that area. And he wasn't. And my God, the amount of manpower. But see, he got away before anybody even knew anything. And I do believe that. I do believe he was gone long before all the news came out about her. I do believe his mom and daddy I'm not sure if they're in contact with him, because I'm sure the police are all over them like white on rice to see whatever their moves are doing. But they know that the police are not in the right area. So this morning, the family gets in the car and leaves and goes somewhere. I don't know where they went. But as soon as the information, when I woke up this morning, when I heard about Dog Bounty Hunter and what he had suspected and what he had thought, things were actually starting to make sense. I'm like, oh my God, this totally makes sense now. Hi, Irish Twin. Thanks for coming in. You think he's in Mexico? No, cement shoes. This is what somebody said, and I totally agree. That's great, Carlos. Then go get her. Go get him. Go get him and hand him into the police. Hi, Irish Twin. Thanks for coming in. But yeah, the parents are what I find to be so frustrating. So frustrating. So frustrating because it's like, "Hi, Carla. Hi, sweetheart. Hope your head's feeling better. Hi, Samara." So, and anyway, just I kind of got lost off track there for a second. I do believe dog is on ascent. If that makes any sense. I do believe he was there in September before anybody knew what was going on or who these people were. They were there because you know what? Brian already knew. He had used it. And then the funny thing is, and I guess it came from Ashley Benfield. You know, I was watching her, and that the lawyer said it was before her demise. How would you know? Or he, whatever her demise was, like about him using the credit card, that he was not indicted only after the fact she was killed. Nobody seems to know the date. So how would you know the date on when she was killed? I don't know. Hey, Safe Robbie. Good to see you. But I've been watching Ashley Benfield on this. I've been seeing some of what Nancy Grace has been putting out. At first I thought, dog joining this was going to turn this into a complete and utter circus. I really did. Dog, I'm like, this is going to become something it doesn't need to become. But he's not. He's got more leads. I mean, who knows? Who knows what the FBI knows? My dog, and I have a child at home doing at-home learning at the same time, and I'm upstairs because I just watched the press conference and things like that. And I don't want to put the two together because what I'm noticing from the family is they don't want to be in the same conversation right now and have that associated with their daughter at all. And I get that. I wouldn't want to be associated now. And I think Gabby's father is, oh my God, he's so strong, smart, amazing strength, the strength amongst the two families, and that they all got matching tattoos. They all went out yesterday and they got matching tattoos that Gabby had right here that was said, "Let it be." The mom, the stepdad, the dad, her stepmom. It was beautiful. I really did. I mean, they are 1000% a class act, that family. They are amazing. Yes, and I'm so glad about the Gabby's Foundation as well. I do. I'm so happy to see what's going on. If anything good can come from this, you know what I mean? And that's how he's like something good has got to come from this of her, and it's not about him anymore. And that's how it has to be for the family for now, until they're ready to take them on. And they bring him to justice and charge him. And I'm sure the family realizes, they need more evidence to prove. And that's why they went in and got some DNA evidence. At least they think they did. I mean, I guess they would know. Hey, Mr. Shannonite, sorry, I didn't see you there. But yeah, this story, the one thing as a parent that is bothering me the most are the parents. The parents' lack of nothing. The parents not caring about another human being that their own son took the life of. Your son's a psycho, narcissistic sociopath. So let's save him? No. We don't need another psycho, narcissistic sociopath in our world right now at all. I mean, John Walsh, I've never seen him so mad. John Walsh comes on Ashley Benfield, and he's like, and Ashley Ben says, if you could say two things, if you could say anything to him, what would you say? So I would say two things. One, turn yourself in. You won't because you're a coward. You're nothing but a coward. And the dirty laundries who are saying, and I'm like, Go John Walsh. Go John Walsh. And he's on top of this as well. And he knows that family knows. We all know that family knows. That family knows we all know. And that's why you have people on megaphones outside going, we know that you know. And yeah, it's a lynch mob kind of, but there's a difference. There's a difference between protecting your son and helping out a felon. Big difference. Big difference. Am I wrong? Am I crazy? That there's a big difference in aiding and helping a fugitive or protecting your son who killed a girl, allegedly, but let's say everything out there right now is pointing towards this family and Brian. I mean, come on, let's face it. We all know Brian guilty. She says just like OJ. OJ was guilty. He ran, but he got off. Brian's guilty. He ran. Now we need dog to get him. Because I just find it, and I find this whole thing to be, I mean, I guess everybody finds it crazy. I'm just annoyed with these parents. These parents could be, it's it. If they were just honest, good people. I understand you want to save your kid, but he's out in some freaking nature walk now, doing God knows what, when who knows where, and I don't know. Who knows? But he's out there in the wilderness because you allowed it. And then you made up a story, in my opinion. And you put his car there, in my opinion. And you put that note there, and you had him write it, in my opinion. And then you called the police. Oh, my son's missing. A week later. Your son's never been missing. I think you're the worst mother, Roberta. I really do. And if I'm wrong, I'll eat crow and I will apologize. But you won't even say anything. As a mother, I'm a mother. And you can let this happen. Not that you're watching my channel. That's okay. I don't expect you to. But as a mother, her actions are disgusting. And in my mind, and how she's acting this way, and he's dad. I think the dad is more about to crack them more than the mom. Just saying, like because today, like it seems like the people outside bother him a whole lot more than everything else, or than anything else has. Because I haven't seen it. I mean, we haven't seen much of them except when they were brought in and out. They went out one other day, then they went to Orlando to go see their attorney, which everybody thought they were going to go see Jose Baez, which that never happened. And then they went out this morning. It's just, if I knew, even if like one of my neighbors, and I had another neighbor, and I knew that neighbor knew, and it was their kid, oh, you better believe. Like, no, it's hard. And I understand that, some people don't agree with it. And I understand that it sucks probably being their neighbor right now. But their neighbors just want him to turn himself in. That's all they want. They want this to end. Parents won't talk. It's not going to end. They have the answers. They know they have the answers. We all know that they have the answers. And yet, it's okay to them. Murder's okay for them when it comes to their son. It's okay. That's all right. He can kill people, and it's okay. Let's hide you, and we'll make up a false story. There's no way they'll ever figure it out. Where are the ring cameras, people? People have had to spot him somewhere. And if they did take him to a camping area where he wouldn't be found, and he's deep in the woods, so he'll never be found. And the friend of Gabby's came out saying he was bragging about the fact that he had spent 3 months in the Appalachians by himself. I don't know without help or what he had, but he bragged about that. So who's to say that, she knows exactly where he is. He's A-okay. And who says, like, in the future where they may be looking in Canada, she runs down to this land in the campsite or has somebody run down and give him some food or whatever it may be that he might need. I don't know. This is all in my opinion. This is all alleged. He's not even charged yet. But tried to disappear in the Yukon, killed someone. 2 loons. It's just, I don't understand how people could be that way. I guess that's what it comes down to. And what's probably why I watch a lot of true crime, trying to figure out what makes people do what they do, why they do what they do. Why would someone kill somebody? I mean, I'm sure we've all been in an area where you were like, oh, I'm going to kill someone. Like, and you're angry and you're annoyed. But you're saying that and you don't necessarily mean it. But there are probably people who say it, actually really mean it, And I'm with you, Irish twin. The parents are disgusting. That's why, like, I keep the picture up here, up in there, that picture of Brian, his mom, and his dad. Because I want everybody to know what they actually look like. I really do. That's why I made the video that I'd made last night, the Dirty Laundries. Because I want people to know what they look like. They're trying to hide. Can't hide. We got your pictures now. And I think you're going to be going to jail too, in my opinion, because you're aiding and abetting. And I know, and I could say allegedly, I could say in my opinion, but the truth will come out. The truth always comes out at some point or another. It's basically time now until something happens. And either I'm hoping Dog finds him, man. I'm really hoping Dog finds him. I would love to see that he just comes in and finds him like that. That'd be awesome. I just don't think it's going to be that easy. But like Dog said, I don't think he's a criminal or thinks criminally. I don't think he's that smart. But in Mexico, and I heard someone say this, if he went to Mexico, it was Dog who said this, the cartels would get him. As Dog said, if you take a white boy who speaks no English down to Mexico by himself, who has nothing going on, the cartels are going to take him for the money. That they're going to want the money. And if anybody should know this, that's definitely Dog the Bounty Hunter. And that's what he said. So he goes, white boy that speaks no Spanish goes down to Mexico. His picture's everywhere, including Mexico. Cartels will take him for the money. That's what they said. And I believe that. I believe that wholeheartedly. You try hiding from the cartel. I think the cartels will win. Absolutely. Back to work. Bye, Nini. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you so much. Aiding and abetting is a crime. If they did, they should be charged. Exactly. And I'm sorry, everything that we have seen so far has been pointing to the fact that they know. All the dates, everything that's happened, they know their son is gone. Why? Because they took him there. Where'd they go this morning? When it found out that they figured out this new place that he could be in. And they're probably going, oh shit. They probably didn't sleep very much last night. Maybe you should have a couple sleepless nights. Maybe every day should be sleepless until your son is found. Yeah. Yep. Absolutely right, cement shoes. Exactly right. So that's why I don't think, I mean, but I don't know what he would think. I don't know what he would do. I don't know. I I don't know this guy. I don't know his head. All I can go by is from the stories that have been proven to be true and go by what I've heard. That's all I can do. But I'm just these parents. This shouldn't be happening. This shouldn't be allowed, but it is. And they're obstructing justice is what they're doing. Sure, they have their right to remain silent. Where is the difference between remaining silent and obstructing justice? Where do we draw that line? You know? If we find them, okay, say they find them in that, what's it called? Some Pinellas County, Florida parks. They have it pulled up. But from what I'm hearing, it's like a freaking beautiful park with like lakes that you can like boat to different parts and stuff like that. And I was in someone's chat, and there was an Instagram post that someone posted up on Brian's Instagram of a boat of some kind, which kind of looked like a fishing boat, paddle boat, something like that, or a canoe, one of the three. It was a very small boat and in water. And you could just basically see the water, nothing else. And everyone's like, no, it's been debunked. It's been debunked. Has it really been debunked? Has it really been debunked? Because that would make a whole lot of sense that he's teasing water and didn't think that we would think he'd be in this area. Could be water anywhere. But this makes sense. All of this now makes sense. And that's what I'm going on. Like everything that we have been hearing, like with I'm like, he is not in there. He is not in there. But they screwed up by not keeping an eye on him. That the Northport Police Department, they screwed up big time. And the fact of the matter is, even if they tried to put an eye on him before all this story came out, he wasn't found. They would have never known. Because from what it seemed like to me, he was already gone. It seems like he was already gone. Gabby was considered missing September the 11th. He was the following Tuesday. And then the police got to the laundry house that following Friday. Timeline fits. Makes sense. Or if they were desperate and trying to find their son, and they'd be afraid that he was going to take his own life, don't you think they would also be begging and pleading for people to help? But instead, no. We're keeping our mouths shut. We're not saying a thing. Talk to the lawyer. But we're afraid our son's going to die. Talk to the lawyer. Normal people don't do that. Normal people do not do that. And as a mom, God, Roberta, just gross. I mean, I have two daughters. They're young. They're going to start dating. And they go away with someone. And they show back. And then you find out that the parents went away with them during that time on a camping trip. And he can't be found. As the parents of, and that family said nothing at that press conference, which class act, once again, probably going by the instructions. I'm sure they want to strangle them because I know I do, but you can't. It's just, you may feel one way, but you don't want to act on the impulse. That's how life used to be. People already think about something and then they do it. Don't act on impulse. And the best thing that this family is doing is not acting on impulse. I mean, they're a class act, both her father's, and like I said, her father and his wife, and her mother and her husband. Unbelievable. Unbelievable class acts. Your daughter, the Petito, Gabby, obviously sounded way too good for your son, Brian. Brian didn't deserve a girl like her. Yet she loved him. And he was a dick, from what it sounds like. Quark, hey, sweetie. Good to see you, sweetie. Yeah. She didn't deserve a dick like your son, Roberta. It just makes me sick. This whole thing makes me sick. It makes me sick that his parents are letting this happen. And they're getting away with it. I mean, I guess if the police could get them on something, they would bring them in. But I guess only time will tell. Only time will tell. That's all I'm going to say, because there's really not much more to say about it. To me, like I said again, it's these parents who, I understand you want to protect your son. When your son's done wrong, this wrong, and the world knows it, and Dog the Bounty Hunter and John Walsh are after your son, you're fucked one way or the other. You really are. That's all there is to it. He's going to be wanted dead or alive. John Walsh told him to kill himself. No, I didn't say it. John Walsh did. On Ashley Benfield. Let's not put these families through a trial. Don't put them through an unnecessary trial and have you try to defend yourself against this and go kill yourself. I was like, no, we did not. No, we didn't. I did. As I said, the world does not need another narcissistic sociopath in this world at all. They will be, Cork. Absolutely. They're going to be in huge trouble once everything comes to light. And like I said, now they have hard, concrete information now that this family was there twice in the beginning of September. And the one time 3 people came in, 2 people left, according to Dog. I believe Dog. I 1000% believe Dog the Bounty Hunter. I do. What's he got to lose or gain from it right now at the Puma if he can't find him? So, I mean, why would he boast about the fact he's like, I would never put out information if it wasn't rock solid true. Yep. Dog's going to find, I hope Dog finds him. There's a lot of hate in the world right now. And you can feel it. But this is wrong. What this family is doing is wrong. What you're doing to another family is wrong. What you've done to help aid your son is wrong. Don't tell us you haven't. I know. We all know. And it's all going to come out. Just come out and be honest. Roberta and Christopher, come out and be honest. Tell the truth. Shock the world. Tell us all the truth. Tell us you've been lying since the beginning, because that's the truth. With that, I'm going to go. Got to go make sure she's still doing well with her school. I can hear her kind of sort of from here. But thank you, everybody, for showing up. I appreciate you. Cement Shoes, Cork, everybody, Carla, Samara, Life is a Gem, Irish Twin, everybody. Thank you for coming in, participating, and talking. You know, Nene, I love Nene C. She's wonderful. It's just unfair that this life had been cut short so fast by someone, because it was a homicide. There was only one other person with her at that moment. If something happened to my girlfriend, I wouldn't leave her alone and run. That wouldn't make any sense, especially if I love them. That's all. Roberta and Christopher, come clean. Come clean. Because guess what? You're already in big trouble now. The longer you wait, the more trouble you're going to have. Love you all. Bye, guys.